Hello everyone, guess what today is? Today is Temperature Blanket Day. Earlier in the year, some of you said that you would love to make a temperature blanket together next year. So I have created a printable to help you work through the steps so that you can plan your blanket. Things are busy this time of the year with Christmas, but this little printable will just help you focus and you can just work through it at your own pace, and that way you'll be able to plan your blanket with no stress. We don't want stress. Let's go and have a look through each page of this and I'll explain things as we go. I have created here a worksheet. It's all about the temperature blanket, what a temperature blanket is and how it works. Then it goes on to choosing your blanket style or pattern. Now this is probably the most important part. I've mentioned here some of the common styles that are used, but you might come up with something completely different. I also gave you a prompt to go and have a look at my vlog number 11 for inspiration. That's where I shared some of the temperature blankets from friends on Instagram. Have a look on Pinterest, do a Google search, or do a hashtag search on Instagram where you will find lots and lots of different temperature blankets. Once you have decided on your style, you then need to think about the size you want to make. This is just a little guide for different size blankets. Bearing in mind that there's 365 days, so if you do a temperature blanket in rows, it is going to turn out extremely long. So I've explained here that you might want to average out a few days per row, just to keep that blanket a little smaller. Now I'll show you something. When working out my temperature blanket last year, I tried to get as many rows and columns into 365 days. What I came up with was 18 squares across and 20 squares down. That equals 360. So then I had 5 days not accounted for. So you then use them as your border. So I think that is just perfect. So currently my work is 127 centimeters across, 144 down. So it is looking like it's going to be around the standard throw size. It's currently 18 squares by 18 squares. So that works out about right. If you want to do a blanket like this one, but you'd like it a little bit bigger, just do 3 rounds in each granny square, plus the round that you get from the join as you go. I'm still undecided which way I'm going to go. Still leaning towards doing the lowest temperature in the center and the highest around the outside. I haven't committed yet, so we'll see what happens there. This page allows you to write down details, so either the stitch or the pattern you want to use, the year that you're going to use. So you may not want to use 2025. You might like to choose a year of importance, like the year one of your children was born, or the year that you got married, or something like that. The type of temperature, so I'm talking about either choosing the low temperatures, the high temperatures, both of those, highs and lows, or write out an averaged amount over however many days you choose. So your special dates might be births, they might be marriages, birthdays, or they could be weather events. If you live in a place that, say, has snow, or you might want to use some special dates like births, birthdays, marriages, or use weather events if you live in a place that has snow. And some people start and finish each month with the same colour that they use for special dates, which is often white, I find. Now we have yarn type, and I have mentioned that throughout the information. Most people I find use acrylic because there is such a wide range of colours in all the acrylic brands. They're hardy to use, inexpensive, and you can always get more of them if needed, and you really don't need to worry about the dye lot when it comes to the temperature blanket. You can write in the colours that you have chosen to use, your hook size, so you remember. You know how often we forget that, and any extra notes just to remind yourself. Here we have information about the different yarn types and choosing your colours. Now, here is something important, and that is the colour chart. This explains to you how you are going to use your colour chart, which is right at the back. Here we are. What we have here for the colour chart is the year that you are using. We've got little circles down the side where you need to hole punch and put your yarn colour in here, and a column for the colour that you are using for that temperature. This year I used thick paper that was doubled over for my colour chart, but what I have planned for this one is that you can either glue it on top of some light cardboard or laminate it, which is another great idea. Laminate. If you're going to laminate your colour chart, write down your information first, laminate it, and then punch the holes, is my suggestion. But I think I might glue mine onto some cardboard just to make it sturdy, because it does get a fair bit of use. So every time you look up your temperatures, I come back to the colour card, because this is what shows me what colour to use for the temperature that it is for that day. Then I have a yearly tracker, so it's each month with columns for the lowest temperature, the highest temperature, and any other thing that you may be using of significance for your temperature blanket. So all the dates, and that just goes for the whole year. I'm actually really looking forward to documenting it nicely this year. I love a chart. It keeps me focused, on track, and it reduces the overwhelm that sometimes inevitably happens. Okay, my crochet friends, what you have to do now so that you can receive this workbook is send me an email so I can email it out to you. It's okay if you decide you're not going to make a temperature blanket, but you would just like to have a look, maybe for another time. That's all fine with me. I'm more than happy to send it out to anyone who is interested. My email address is a little bit tricky with lots of L's there together, so I will pop it up on here, and I will also put it down in the description box. Okay, so once you finish the video, go down and press, you'll see a little thing that says more, ... Press on that and it will take you to the description box. So my email address is jilllindfield@gmail.com. I'll write it down everywhere that I can. I would love to hear from as many of you as possible because it would be really nice to make it together. It's a bit of fun and it helps with motivation, and a kind word I'm happy to give if you ever feel overwhelmed. The other thing is I would so love to post photos of your work as we go. I was thinking I might be able to put your photos up on the community feed section of my channel, but if not, I would also love to make a montage of your photos. If you've got any questions about this, pop them down in the comments and I will most certainly be doing another video about this, just in case anyone who wants to do this has missed this video by some chance. When I read through the workbook, I feel really excited about what's to come in the year ahead. We don't know what it's going to be, but all I know is it's going to be good. So it's going to be a lovely way for us to start off the new year making a blanket together. Thanks again for being here. Thank you for watching my videos, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.